Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between. Welcome back to Old Man Rambles. I wasn't sure I was going to make this video. I've given it a lot of thought, but I have decided I want to say something about the video I make about fraud in Seattle. For a couple of reasons. One of those reasons is that it is apparently my most hated video. So this is sort of a rebuttal to that. And specifically, I want to speak to the people who hated that video. Now, this is not because I don't like it when people disagree with me. I'm perfectly willing to have a conversation. And if I make a mistake, I'm willing to admit it. You know, someone pointed out that I'd made an error. And I, in the doobly-doo, I added a correction. It's like, hey, I made this mistake. And there are some points I might not have maybe clearly defined my intent. The intent of the video was about hypocrisy, which I've spoken about in the past, about, people, blaming Democrats for one thing, but turning a blind eye to Republicans doing virtually the exact same thing. And yes, the two situations are not 100% identical, but that was the intent, to call it the hypocrisy that I saw. And like I said, I maybe could have spoken about some things a little bit clearer. That's on me. And there were some people who disagreed with me that I could have maybe had a dialogue with, maybe try to clarify my points. But I also know that, trying to create a nuanced conversation in the comment section is very difficult, and, there are limits to maybe I wouldn't be able to explain myself any better. Maybe no matter how well I explain myself, those people who had honest disagreements with me just weren't going to get. I've had those conversations in real life where I'm trying to explain something face to face to a person, a friend, someone I respect, and they're just not getting it. So, I'd also kind of mentally checked out by having the conversations I did have with the people who disagreed with me. I just kind of said, part of me was just kind of checked out. I'm done. And some of it was like, I don't think I can do any more here. So for the people who had honest disagreements with me, I didn't converse with you because at that point, I didn't really see the point. Now on to the people who truly hated my video. The people who made angry comments, the people who thumbed down, that type of thing. I think they're idiots. I have no problem saying that. Some of them definitely are. I do want to make one point of clarity, though. Someone basically said, shut up, boomer grifter. I'm not old enough to be a boomer. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And as far as being a grifter, I don't make money from this. I don't have enough volume, traffic for that, for YouTube to pay me. I haven't made a single penny off YouTube. No, wait, they're discontinuing pennies. I haven't made a nickel. YouTube hasn't paid me anything. And even then, even if I manage to reach the number of subscribers and the number of traffic to actually get paid, initially, at the rate this channel is growing, which is very, very slow, it'd take me a decade or more to make anything worth even reporting on my taxes. In maybe 10 years, I'll make $20 a year at this rate. So there's no grifting going on here, but I digress. The idiots, the people who hated my video, who I think are idiots. I say you're idiots for a reason, because you're not willing to engage with me honestly. Partly. Maybe mostly. If you come into my comments and say something that's factually, in the comments of my videos, and say something that's factually incorrect, and I tell you, and I correct you, and you say something else that is factually incorrect, and I correct you, and then you smugly pat yourself on the back for your intellectual superiority, you're an idiot. It doesn't matter if I have time to discuss things with you, there's no point to it. You're an idiot. I'm not the fuckface whisperer. Not my job, not my skill set. But directly to the people who hated my video, who made it my most hated video, I just want to say thank you. And the reason I want to say thank you is because the algorithm is fed by engagement. It doesn't care whether that engagement is positive or negative. Every hateful comment you left, every thumbs down you made my video more popular. It made it reach more people. Everyone who hated my video and took the time and effort to say something made it grow more. It got more views that way. I got subscribers off that video. My channel grew because of the people who hated it. Well, also because people liked it. But the people who hated it made it reach more people. And the more you hated it, the more you commented, the more you argued, the more you thumbed down, the more my video reached more people, and the better it was for my channel. So everyone all you idiots who were in my comment section telling me stupid things and factually incorrect things, thank you for making my channel grow more. Good hunting.